Alright, and we're live on episode 5 of the Rugby Roundup. Cheers, Ben.
Cheers, Jared.
So, our new format, condensed to half an hour. You get twice the rugby.
Half an hour-ish.
Yeah, half an hour-ish. We're not quite, we're not set, we're not convinced.
I'm not convinced that it's going to be.
I'm not convinced of keeping it at this time, to be honest. But nonetheless, let's get cracking. The reason we've brought you here, listening to our podcast today, this evening, this morning, whenever you are listening, is to have a look at the action coming up in round 5. Who was the first game in round 5?
Could it be the Crusaders?
The way you asked that question indicates that you know already.
It is in Christchurch. It's the Western Force travelling over
Is it?
to get destroyed.
Yeah, there's no other way that game's going to end, is it? It's Crusaders Force. Crusaders have got.
Yeah, mate.
They've just released the teams. They've got Scott Barrett starting at blindside.
That's awesome. That's confidence.
Confidence.
That is confidence.
Plus, they've got old mate back, not Dominic Bird. What's the other lock?
Matt Todd.
Oh, is Matt Todd back?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Just remember, guys, we're 4 from 4. We Crusaders. Actually, one moment.
What's the? Oh God.
Can I just put that there?
Yeah,
Is that in the way?
Yeah,
Is
no,
that
it's
in the way?
fine. You can. Crusaders ball. Can you believe this? No. Oh.
So, as I was
If
saying,
you can't see Ben's, just put a scarf on.
we're 4 from 4, right, without our captain, courageous Kieran Reid. Seta Taumanu-Valu's out. Richie Mo'unga's out. Israel Dash is out. He's got surgery on his knee. Matt Todd's been out. So, all upwards from here, Jared. I'd
Yeah.
say.
Well, the Force. I don't know. They're not going to win. The Crusaders will win by 13. Well, because look, the Force have got an opportunity. They've got a sniff of a chance of being top of their conference again. So
Man.
they'll be wanting to go higher. But I mean, if you've got a midfield like Crotty and Bateman
That's pretty
coming
good.
up against, well, Curtis Rona, he's playing centre. He's switched from the NRL. He's probably still learning the ropes at centre for the Force. He's going to get ran right through.
Yeah. If you're a betting man or woman,
We don't want to do betting, surely.
that's just
No.
it's blowing out.
You've had a pop-up ad. Usually that shit doesn't happen. Digby Ioane's playing on the wing for Crusaders.
Digby's back. Wow.
Luke Moorhan, he's back for the Force, so they've got one of their Wallabies back. But they left Haylett Petty back in New Zealand.
In Australia.
Dane Haylett, not Ross Haylett Petty. Yeah, Dane Haylett Petty, they're the guy who you hate is their main...
Superstar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they know the result, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a
Could that
Crusaders
be?
victory. And it's not going to happen any other way.
Yes, back to back, Jared. You've picked Crusaders.
I have, yeah. Well, they've won me over.
Really?
They're probably just winning from behind 3 games in a row when you're down by 17 or more. That is a quality team. Although getting to be 17 points down is a real concern.
Is it a strategy?
No, it can't be. What strategy would that be?
Let them have a sniff, and then block their nose.
You reckon? Yeah.
It could be.
Ooh. You know what? I'm not sure, Ben.
It could well be.
We'll find out.
If
We'll
it
find
is,
out if
it's working.
we'll find out who's going to be blocked in the nasal cavities on Friday.
Yeah.
The game following that is probably going to be my game of the round. Not for any other reason. Well, the Chiefs aren't playing for one. They're having a well-deserved rest with the Hurricanes.
Well deserved.
Yeah, well-deserved. 4 from 4 as well, sir.
Really? Wow.
So my game of the round will be this one, Waratahs Rebels, because Waratahs are in crisis. Rebels are in crisis. Rebels could be cut, but we want the Force to be cut. Rebels could be cut, so they need to turn up with a decent showing like they did last week against the Chiefs. If they play like they did last week, they'll beat the Waratahs because the Waratahs have been terrible. That being said, Waratahs have made some pretty good changes. They listened to us. Rob Horn's been moved to centre.
Yeah. So.
Israel Folau's in fullback again, where he's Israel Folau's gonna perform really well this
I
weekend.
feel like he wasn't at his full potential at centre. Though.
No way. It was a failed experiment.
Yeah. And it's a bit embarrassing, isn't it?
Slightly.
Daryl Gibson, I reckon he's going to be.
Well,
he's gone soon.
The original thing that they were saying was
7 weeks.
Yeah, they wanted to have Israel Folau at centre for 7 weeks, but they cut it short at 4.
That's embarrassing.
Maybe some coaches would have persevered. Maybe Daryl Gibson is open to fresh ideas.
Or
but
maybe he should have never opened his mouth.
Maybe. This is true. So you reckon he could be getting the chop? You said it last week.
I would.
You would?
Yep.
If you were the Waratahs CEO?
Yep.
You wouldn't be happy with him at all?
No.
What do you reckon the score is going to be? Could the Rebels... I reckon the Rebels could cause an upset.
Waratahs by 12.
You reckon Waratahs by 12? I really like the underdogs, but both teams in this game are the underdog. I don't know who to go for. That's why it's my game of the round, because I'll be happy with either result. For the sake of rugby in New South Wales, I want the Waratahs to do well. But I want rugby to start taking off in Melbourne too, and this could be, I don't know. I just hope they both have fun, you know?
That's the reason they play this game, isn't it, Jared?
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It's not about the score, is it?
No.
No. It's not about the end result.
Why did you play rugby when you were growing up?
Actually, I'm going off track again, as I'm well known for doing, but see, for the last, say, 5 to 8 months, I've got into this thing, right, and it's becoming a real problem, a real addiction. I love watching murder documentaries.
Oh, goddamn.
Anything to do with murder, blood. I want
crime
to see
porn.
it.
You like crime porn?
I'm a crime kind of, I'm starting to get off on it. Not sexually. I just like to sit down and just look at it, right?
I think you share that with a lot of people. There's this weird obsession like that, making a murder thing.
I
never watched it.
So you asked the question why I used to play rugby. You know why? Because every kid growing up wanted to be an All Black in New Zealand. So now I'm starting to think, why am I watching murder documentaries? Do I want to be a murderer?
Maybe.
Well,
maybe you'll have your own Netflix special one day, Ben.
Yeah.
What would they call your murder documentary?
Benny's Blood Trail.
Oh, well, you do work at a butchery.
Sign me up, Netflix.
Yep, there we are. That's a joke, guys. Please don't be afraid. I see. I want that game to just be a good game. Just please. The Waratahs need to win it. They're in crisis, but the Rebels also need to win it. So it's a lose-lose situation. Depending on put that Crusaders stuff away. Come on. I don't come in here and dirty up your place with the Chiefs gear.
Is that alright there, Jared?
Yeah, it's fine. It's totally fine. Alright, so after that game, Saturday.
Oh, if you're wondering, yes, we did design this.
Yeah, you've noticed the nice set decorations. We've tried to keep it neutral. We've got your old mate, your old punching kangaroo here. Got your corked hat.
See, it's semi-deflated, just like the wallabies themselves. Cork hat.
So the next game of the round, game number 3, is the Blues playing the Bulls. It's the Blue Bulls.
Wow.
This is just going to be full of just motions and excitement. Everyone's going to be really, really edging onto their seats, you know.
Is it going to be wet?
That's not even a phrase, edging onto your seat.
Is it going to be wet?
It could be. Usually Blue Bulls... No. It's going to be very dry conditions. Why else would there be Blue
Bulls? A lot
Bulls?
of friction.
Yeah, very fictitious playing.
Fictitious, is that a word? Yeah, it is. Yes, sure.
I think so. Blues, they've been disappointing since their first round win.
They have been. That's
They
shit.
They haven't got Sonny Bill back yet either.
Yeah, but that's no excuse.
Surely Ehire West is going to be back to 10 because Piers Francis had a shocker when he dropped that ball in goal to give this Chris. That was no. Ehire West should come back. Ioane has gone quiet after that first round win against the Rebels. He hasn't done a lot. George Moala has been on fire though. George Moala, holy shit. And Matt Duffy's been solid.
Where was George Moala the second half last week?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing but a dang.
True. Well, look, George Moala and Sonny Bill, when they do finally get that together,
it'll be too late.
You reckon it'll be too late?
Way too late. Oh yeah, I've got a good idea. Let's sign Sonny Bill for this X amount of money, but let's only play him for, let's say, the second half of the season. Yeah, well, that's his problem.
Yeah, Did they sign Sonny Bill knowing he had that injury before in the sevens?
It was in the Olympics, right?
Yeah. Did they sign him? When did they announce Sonny Bill's signing?
I don't know, but Tana Umaga maybe should is in the same category as Daryl Gibson. Get rid of him, I reckon.
You reckon? No. Give him a chance. He's been there for 1 year. Daryl Gibson's been there for 1 year too. I don't know, Ben. It's not soccer. You can't just cut managers like that.
Well, it's not NRL either, is it?
Yeah. No, it's not. You're right.
And also.
Players have IQs.
Ooh, rough.
Look, mate. Rugby is
Rough.
chess. Rugby league is checkers. One's a very simple game. Anybody can play it and enjoy it. Another one, you've got to have a bit more understanding to watch and enjoy and play. It's chess versus checkers. Champ.
Yes. You're right.
Who do you reckon's going to win, Blues or Bulls? Who's going to froth forth with the victory?
I have to go for my Blues brothers. I hate to say it.
But you want the Blues to win?
I do.
Yeah, the Blues will win. They seem to be reliably unpredictable. So they've won one, lost three. They're going to win another one, and then they'll probably lose another three. The Blues are like the Warriors. You
can't.
When you think they're going to win, they don't, and then when.
Jared, correct me if I'm wrong. When I first met you, when I first had the pleasure of meeting you,
Mm-hmm.
your young innocent soul, you were a full-blown.
What are you saying? My
Warriors
soul's
fan.
no longer innocent?
It's no longer. It's now been infiltrated with dirty things.
Okay, look, I was a Warriors fan until round 6
But
of last year when they were playing the Penrith Panthers and they were winning 22-0 and then they lost that game 26-22. What's his name? Tyrone Peachy scored a hat-trick. I've never watched a Warriors game since. I refuse.
have you eaten a peach since?
I have, yeah. It was peachy. Is that what you were getting at? Love a good peach. Stone fruit, any stone fruit.
Deeper than that.
Look,
Jared, okay. Are you willing
want the
to
Blues
jump
to
back
win.
on the bandwagon when they start winning? They make top 4. You
I
reckon?
don't. No, I'd much rather just really enjoy my rugby union than kind of be half in rugby league and also keeping up. No, I'm done with the NRL. Fuck them.
I don't believe it.
Fuck them. So the Blues will win that one. The next game, Saturday night, is Brumbies Highlanders. This is a clash.
That's my game.
This is a game. You reckon?
Oh,
Highlanders still suffering with
I
injuries.
feel really sorry for them.
Brumbies coming off a decent win. The rugby quality wasn't decent, but the result was decent for them against the Waratahs. So this will be another good game. I see the Highlanders' woes continuing again. It's good. The Brumbies are gonna get on a roll here, especially if the show, Henry Spate.
The Fro show.
Yeah, he's gonna if he turns up again. Oh,
Actually,
look out, Highlanders.
quite ironic. Spate's beer is from the pure south,
Ah,
the deep, dirty south, where the Highlanders are from, and now
This is true.
they might know all about him.
yeah. Well, no, he played for Waikato, Henry Spate, in the ITM Cup back in like 2010. Then he made the switch over. They seem to be doing that with a lot of Kiwi players. Angus Ta'avao as well. He's one who they've been talking about. The reason why they got him to the Tars was because I think he's got an Australian parent, so he could play for the Wallabies in another year.
Who Ta'avao?
Well, good luck to him. Why not? I see the Brumbies winning that. It's going to be a close one though. 7 points to the Brumbies.
Why not go for the Highlanders? Why not?
By what?
7.
7? Nice. So there you go. The next game. Hey, there's 3 games in a row here. This game is in Singapore. It's the Sunwolves playing the Stormers. Stormers undefeated as well. The only other team to have won 4. And we know how this is going to go.
Naturally, I'm going to go for the Stormers because of the cat food situation.
Oh yeah, if the Sunwolves do win, Ben has to eat a tin of cat food. That's his bet he's made for the whole season.
Actually, I'm going to go for it.
I want the Sunwolves to win.
Me too.
You want to get it out of the way. You just want to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
But the Stormers are going to win. But if the Sunwolves win, it'll be fucking amazing.
I'm going to go Sunwolves by 90.
Okay, I'm going to go Stormers by 30.
Okay.
It's going to be a tri-fest. Kings Lions. Southern Kings versus the Johannesburg Lions. Surely the Lions will win that as well. They've been on fire.
Should
They've been winning some fantastic games. They've had 22 tries. They're second in tries. I think they're leading in their line-out successes and their scrum successes as well. They're pretty solid.
I read just before the Lions scored 80 tries last year. 81 tries.
The Lions are...
Topped it.
And also, apologies to Courtney Skosan. He scored 4 tries last round. We said he only got a hat-trick. So
Wow.
there's another reason to back them because they've just got a scoring machine at the moment. So yes,
Speaking of tries, the Hurricanes are top in this year with 33 tries. And they're on...
33 tries, but 2 of those games didn't count.
Well, technically they did. That's set in stone.
True. And I guess the Chiefs played the Rebels and they didn't score anywhere near as many points, so please don't. Oh, god damn it. Don't do that, Ben. I see the Lions winning that quite comfortably. 20 points. 20 points to the Lions.
There's a guy called Pablo.
Pablo Matera from the Jaguares.
He's had 60 carries this season.
So he's been doing a lot of running.
That's it. The Kings have made 549 tackles.
So if you probably can't see at home. Ben's got some stats up on the screen. You might be able to see them if you're watching here. Is it pretty interesting? Offloads. Shota Emi from the Sunwolves.
Wow.
The Sunwolves have got some decent players. Their results have been getting closer and closer. They're getting more competitive. But yeah, same as the Sunwolves. Kings are going to lose. Lions will romp to 20 points. What do you reckon, Ben?
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Cheetahs Sharks. Cheetahs. I reckon the Cheetahs are going to win this.
I'm going to go Sharkies by 8.
Sharks have not been playing very well.
Sharks.
The results have been too close from the highlights that I've seen, because we don't get up at 2 in the morning to watch you. Highlights I've seen, they haven't been anything special. And the Cheetahs, Cheetahs, they like to have an upset every now and then. I see the Cheetahs will win. But it'll be 10 points. Cheetahs by 10. What do you reckon, Ben?
Sharks by 8.
Sharks by 8. And the last game of the round, another Sunday morning game. It's the
Jaguares.
playing the Reds. Cooperless Reds. And Slipperless. James Slipper, injured. Quade Cooper, red card. Quade Cooper got a three-week ban. Steve Luatua got 4 weeks. Why did Quade Cooper get less? And the forward for the Bulls, Botha, he got a 4-week ban for a high tackle. Botha, sorry. Botha, he got a 4-week ban. If you're a forward, do you get 4 weeks? And if you're a back, do you get 3 weeks? Or why? Why did they go easy on Cooper?
Because he's not that good.
They felt sorry for him. Yeah. Okay.
So Quade Cooper's out for 3 weeks. That's good for the Reds, right? Surely.
Could be. We'll find out. I see the Jaguares winning this one too. They've got quite a home run. They've had 3 games at home in a row. I reckon the Jaguares will win this one too. Expect Augustine Creevy to just be smashing around the park, doing crazy offloads.
Stop it.
Crazy offloads.
Stop.
Winning turnovers.
Stop.
Augustine Creevy. Oh.
Stop doing that, Jared.
No.
He's not as good as Jared. No,
So just to sum that up, the first game, Crusaders Force. We both reckon Crusaders will win it. Next game, Rebels Waratahs. We both were unsure, but we are tipping towards the Tars.
Rah, rah, rah.
Yeah, the next game after that was going to be the Blue Balls, and we see that Ben wants the Blues. I see, Blues. We both picked the Blues there too. I went for the Brumbies. Ben went for the Highlanders. We've got the Stormers to triumph over the Sunwolves. I'm not going to make any silly bets with you, Ben. No.
Man up.
No. I'll make when the Chiefs play the Crusaders. We'll make a bet.
What kind of bet?
A shaving bet.
In what area of the body?
You choose.
Any area of your body as mine.
It already has been. It already is.
To take a blade to.
A blade. Yep.
Yeah.
Rusty or well looked after?
Well dirty.
Oh. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I might change my mind. Sunwolves are going to get romped by the Stormers. Kings are also going to get beaten by the Lions. And I picked the Cheetahs. Ben went Sharks. And we both went Jaguares for that final game of the round.
That's very unlike
And like I was saying before, Jaguares are the dark horses, I reckon. They're going to be in the finals contention.
Of course they're going to be in the finals. Look at their conference they're in. It's a piece of shit.
This is true.
Anyone could top that.
Yeah.
Jared, you just came from training today.
Yeah,
Is
coaching.
that right? Coaching? What age group are you coaching?
Under 12s.
They could be in that conference and be first.
You reckon?
Why not?
This is the first year that they play 15 aside.
Have you had a game yet? Your team?
No. We've only had one proper training too because it's been raining too much.
What? Oh.
Yeah,
And
councils close the ground.
Can I just say something? That's the difference between New Zealand and Australia. And in
Is
New
that-
Zealand, I've seen kids running around in the snow.
Have you?
Yes.
Where?
In Christchurch.
Doesn't snow in Christchurch?
Yeah, it does, boy.
Does it?
Yeah. Where are you from?
Oklangi.
We'll see.
Tokua.
Oh yeah, what is it? Does it rain up there so you all run inside, eh?
Soleawa, no whai lalo.
No. So you're saying the council shuts the ground, right? Because it rains.
Mm.
You know the rain isn't poisonous or anything, eh?
No, I didn't call training off. The council
Yeah.
said we can't use the grounds.
Why
Because
not?
they spent, apparently, that Iron Cove Canada Bay Council spent $1 million revamping our rugby field.
What, with the grass?
Yep, they, like drainage, all that. And then when it rains, you still can't use it, even though they've upgraded it with $1 million so that it could be used when it was wet.
Okay, why do you need
Makes no
grass?
sense.
Why do you need grass?
What?
Why do you need grass?
To train on.
Yeah.
Because it's not fun doing rocks on the ground,
Okay,
on
because-
concrete.
No, just do it on mud.
No. Why? What?
What-
There was
what-
no mud available.
Why not? Why not keep that $1 million or
Yeah,
however
look-
$1 million and just put mud?
I don't think we're here to discuss Canada Bay Council's grounds policy with their money and their funding. I think we're here to do rugby.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying that's the difference, right?
Well, maybe it could be
Between
a difference.
kids over there and kids over here.
Well, there is definitely a massive difference in grassroots between Australia and New Zealand. I mean, grassroots in New Zealand, every kid plays rugby and they want to be an All Black, like you were saying before. Whereas here, every kid wants to be in the NRL or be in the A-League or play cricket or go.
Actually, speaking
There's
of
so many different options.
different codes, AFL starts in 24 hours if
So?
you want to slit your wrists. Now.
AFL, god damn. The most boring game on earth. No wonder only one country cares.
What a disgrace. Speaking of different codes and children, on an earlier podcast I was telling you I had a run-in with a
Yeah, you wanted to punch a kid.
it did remind me, I've had another run-in with a 4-year-old.
Ben, you've got to
My
stop.
My nephew.
Oh, can you hear the police? Sorry guys, we're
We're in
coming
the
from
hood.
we're coming from the hood here.
Run the hood.
The mean streets of South Sydney. You know what they say about what is it they say about South Sydney, Ben?
Yeah. If you in the south, you ought to shut your mouth.
Yeah, that's right. Dirty South. So, grassroots. Yeah, in Australia, there's a whole lot of different options, and because rugby here is seen as like the rich kid private
It
schoolboy
is.
thing,
And they need to stop that somehow.
which is detrimental to it. Because generally, whatever sport you see kids playing in the park and at lunchtime at school is the one that country's best at. And
In
here
Queensland-
in Sydney, all the kids play either touch or soccer. Put all your Crusaders shit away. What? Jesus Christ.
What are you doing? Oh, that's signed, mate.
Well, sorry. I didn't force this on you when we came to your abode. Just settle down. People understand. You don't have to double down on the Crusaders gear.
Yeah, so what were you saying?
I can't remember now. You just interrupted. Actually, credit Ben. I think that's the first time you've interrupted this podcast.
Really?
Wow. Well done. We're making progress there.
Should we have number or something?
Nah.
Jeez, you're quiet.
Brittle, I think is the word.
Do you moisturise your hands by any chance?
I do, yeah. Eucalyptus gum. That's why it was so sticky. Yeah, grassroots. Yeah, I think it's because the kids here, they play NRL and soccer. And in New Zealand, rugby's not a class game. Everyone plays rugby.
Interesting fact about kids playing soccer and kids playing union, there's more injuries in soccer. But parents are
Probably because there's more
delusional.
playing.
People are delusional and think, oh, don't put their kids into union because it could be dangerous. Complete opposite. Put your kids in union.
So have you been following this NRL concussion thing that's just come up? They're keeping it pretty hush-hush, I've noticed.
I did see an article but refused to open it.
What's his name? McManus. McManus from the Knights.
Scottish?
Well, no, probably Scottish heritage, but he used to play wing for the Knights, I think.
That's the one.
And he's suing them for damages because he's got concussion symptoms. Like, I think it's something.
Suing the doctors?
No, he's suing the club for damages. This happened in the NFL in America. It was last year. They had a $1 billion settlement, class action lawsuit. There was a whole lot of ex-players who alleged that the NFL didn't take enough care of their brains and forced them to play with concussions and things. And the NFL has set aside $1 billion so far.
Really?
But it's going to be way more. And I see it happening here in the NRL.
Shit.
McManus has just started it, but more people will
Is
join.
he in court now?
Yeah, he's taken them to court, so more people will join. There'll be more people come out of the woodwork because there's a thing called
Try cash in.
CTE. It's concussion trauma. I can't remember the last name. Encephalopathy. I can't remember. But it's when you get early onset Alzheimer's. So your brain you get concussed, which means your brain is just smashed around in your skull.
How can they remember that?
Good question. I think it's a case they donate their brain after they've died. So they do an autopsy. They check the NFL players' brains, and they found signs of early onset Alzheimer's, and they found it amongst a lot of NFL players.
You saying NFL, the one where they wear helmets?
The one where they wear helmets
and
too.
don't actually tackle.
They don't tackle properly now.
Wow.
But so McManus is suing the Knights for the same reason. And it's I see it as being the start. Rugby union has got some things to kind of like save themselves, but you think back to those old games where they used to have scrums and they'd just run into the scrum and they'd like Buck Shelford splitting open his scrotum and still playing and shit.
Testicles hanging out.
Yeah,
everywhere.
there used to be this thing of people who, even if you did get knocked out, fuck it mate, get back up.
It was part of
harden
being,
up,
it was
mate.
part of being a man, right?
So there's gonna be more people who are like, actually, you know what, I'm suffering because of what happened when I was playing rugby, and they're gonna start suing more people. But Auckland has this new thing. It's called the blue card. They just brought it out this weekend in their club rugby. So the blue card, if the ref shows you a blue card, it means you have to leave the field. You're not allowed to play again for 4 weeks, and when you return to playing, you have to prove you've got the doctor's doctor has to sign you off to say that you can play.
Why does the ref have the right to give him a blue card?
Probably because he's been knocked out.
He's not a
but so obviously the refs have been trained. They've gone through a training course to recognise the signs of concussion. Obviously, if someone's lying on the ground unconscious, they've been concussed.
If the ref hates someone and he's like, oh, this guy, could he?
You know what? Potentially, but he's got a red card for that.
Okay.
But the blue card, I reckon it's a pretty good thing.
Nah, I don't know.
The amount of times
there's too many cards. You might as well.
When I was playing, the amount of people I played with, who got knocked out, and then just got back up after maybe 10, 20 seconds lying down and kept playing, was ridiculous. I did it a couple of times. My youngest brother, he's been concussed so many times.
That's not good, right?
It's not good. And this blue card thing is probably going to start. It's a good start.
It is.
But I think a lot of the damage has already been done, and we're going to see a lot of these lawsuits.
I feel like the courts are just going to be packed with ex-rugby players. Speaking of...
it's not going to be a huge downpour, but
what's happening with Alex McKinnon, speaking of
Knights? Yeah, he's also sued the NRL for negligence.
For millions, eh?
Yeah.
Because is he in a wheelchair still, or what?
Yeah, he's paralysed still. He might... Well, he was on sometime through last year. He's been having walked. He's been going through therapy.
I saw him crip walking.
I don't know. Maybe. Do you reckon he still supports the Knights?
Could he coach the Tigers? They're coachless at the moment.
They don't have a leg to stand on.
Oh. Do you know?
Oh shit! Sorry,
Wow.
that was terrible.
Robbie Farah could coach them.
Robbie Farah, he's at the Rabbitohs. Yeah. Why no? Stop doing this.
No. One
Each
more
week
thing.
you try and make me talk about NRL.
There's links to Ivan Cleary actually.
I'm not saying anymore.
Okay, I'll say more. And that Ivan Cleary is also
We're
the
here
head
to talk
coach
about chess, not checkers.
of Lebanon. Because you're Lebanese, aren't you? Are you Lebanese?
No, I'm not Lebanese.
Okay.
What made you think that?
Well, I'm just looking at you. On a side note,
This.
Shaquille O'Neal thinks the world
Oh
is
my God, Shaquille O'Neal thinks the Earth is flat. You know why?
flat. Shaq.
You know why?
Shaq.
Because he drives from Atlanta
okay,
to California all the time, and it seems flat to me. You idiot.
I was taken out of context, but he's not wrong.
No,
It sounds
please,
flat.
Ben. Oh my fucking God. You don't actually think the Earth is flat. Of course you do. You think Jonah Lomu took steroids?
I drove to Marrickville today. It didn't curve.
No, it didn't. You're right.
Who took the
'Cause
steroids?
Jonah Lomu, you say.
Well, yeah. He did.
And what was the other winger's name? Virilli?
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
conspiracies seem to be your. What's another conspiracy you've got, Ben?
Oh, I haven't really researched it, but it's 100% my own, and I've really kept this. I don't know like the time frames if they work out, but you know, this could really offend people though, because a lot of people have been affected by it. But during a world war, there was like an Agent Orange,
Yeah, in Vietnam.
Vietnam War.
We had
Which,
I knew someone who died from that.
Yeah, so it's a really bad thing because a lot of it's been passed down generations. But the thing is, that Agent Orange, it got dropped into the sea, right?
It got dropped on the jungle,
Yeah, but winds and currents and whatever.
so it found its
went-
way to the sea.
It found its way to the sea, man, and one thing led to the other. Tides take it to Fiji, the islands, and you know the Fijians are there, or you know doing their fishing and whatnot back in the day, and now they're superhumans.
So the Fijians are so good at rugby.
No, not rugby. I'm talking about them
You,
in general.
you,
That's
think, you think Fijians are the ultimate
humans.
humans? You know what? Fijians. I love Fiji.
Because
I
of the
love
Vietnam War.
every single rugby team I played in that was predominantly Fijian in Auckland was the most fun. The dressing room's awesome. Trainings are, oh man.
Sign language good.
No, I don't speak sign language.
Do you not? Do you know that's the actual one of the
Official languages
of
New Zealand.
Aotearoa?
Aotearoa. I did know that.
Do you know the other
I
languages?
agree. Fijians are perhaps the greatest humans on earth
Yeah.
in all aspects.
Like when you sort of weigh them up, you know, you look at them 7 foot tall, run 100 meters in 11 flat. You know, I'm looking back at the Vietnam War. I'm looking at the tides and the currents. I mean, it's sort of.
So you think Fijians only became superhuman after Agent Orange found its way to the sea and got...
Yeah, but it had a chemical reaction with the salt.
Oh, so it became something else, like a Marvel comic.
Yeah.
What?
And obviously the mermaids and the mermen. You know, because the orange.
That's why. Oh, so that's why their hair's always orange.
Yeah, and there could have been a bit of touch and go on the, you know, sexual relations
Well,
in and out
do
of
you
that. I'm
reckon
not
that
sure.
there are some mermaids who have a fish head and just a female lower half?
Say that again?
You know how mermaids have a top half human and bottom half fish? Do you reckon there's opposite
Oh,
mermaids as well?
mermaid top
Yeah.
and legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that still a mermaid or is it something else? What do you always say about mermaids?
Yeah. Catch me outside. How about that?
Alright, I think that's probably enough for
Did
tonight.
you hear about what Donald Trump said about the world being flat though?
Oh, God, what did
You
What?
tell me. You heard.
Agent Orange himself, what did he say?
Huh? Nothing.
Jesus Christ. Alright, guys, look us up on Facebook, Twitter, find us on YouTube. We're on SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes.
Jared,
Just look up the Rugby Roundup.
it wouldn't be a rugby roundup podcast without me calling someone out.
Go on, call someone out.
A guy called Chris Reach.
Chris Reach. You've been called out.
He could be a baker in Christchurch. I'm not sure. Say something.
Yeah. You've
Your
been
move.
called out, Chris Reach.
You mean
your move?
we're talking about checkers and chess? Your move.
Bitch.
Checkmate.